In part 1 of this vlog, I explained to you in details why this site, Anitkabir, is the most significant and the most revered monument in Turkey. I also took you inside that magnificent building and the construction details of this site. Just click the link below for that first part. Let me take you inside those equally important structures that surround the main mausoleum. And I'm talking about the very impressive and very long tunnel-like museum. The moment you step into the main entrance of the museum, you will right away notice the victorious ambience of the Turkish people in the major wars and battles under the command and leadership of their national hero. Because the visitors like us are not allowed to take photos and videos inside most parts of the museum, I wish I could fittingly articulate in my own words how impressive the interiors are. By simply watching on your screens, it may seem very typical one. It could be because of the shade of colors, but believe me, when you are inside this museum, when you touch your hands on the walls, they're all shining smooth, thick marbles, designed with special patterns and effects to make it appear antique and very ancient. Adding to the realistic ambience and the mood inside are the dim light effects. Plus, of course, the perfectly controlled and balanced soundtrack of the ongoing fights of the soldiers in their most difficult conditions. Now, what you see on the walls are larger-than-life paintings depicting the life of the people, the families of the soldiers, the painful cries of the mothers as their young children leave them to help liberate the country. Now, this picture shows how determined these soldiers, manually maneuvering their weapons. Then on two major walls opposite each other are the stunningly framed photographs of the commanding military officials who joined Mustafa Kemal Atatürk in his courageous pursuit to conquer the enemies and eventually establish the Turkish Republic. You can see some original artifacts put together with larger-than-life realistic statues of dead and dying soldiers, women attending to the wounded and dying, soldiers in their camps and quarters, supporting each other to survive in the wars and win them. The burning camps and the terrified, confused fighting horses, remnants of their ruined fighting facilities and ammunitions, and so on and so forth. Being inside that museum for that moment seemed to take me to a personal journey to the actual war and especially the women's situation in dealing with their lives during that time. The realistic war soundtrack inside the museum took me to a moment where I completely forgot that I am living in a completely high-tech and modern society where people materialistically compete, each on his own, unlike the people in these pictures where they were one in their fight to liberate their land and to die for their country. Oh, just look at this very impressive, realistic artwork on real soil and sand inside the museum. Although I am glad that I am able to give you information about what's inside this museum, I still highly recommend that you guys personally visit, because these things that I have shared here about the museum were only taken by me from selected corners and sections where the guards allowed us to take photographs and videos. I guarantee you it's the best museum you'll ever see. I was even convinced that Mustafa Kemal Atatürk was not only an excellent commanding military general, also highly fashionable, that can be seen in the clothings that he used to have, just like his personal library and other precious personal belongings. Definitely the displays in the museum wouldn't be complete without his material proofs of achievement and victory, just like this one big golden medallion, which I opted to take picture with. Thank you for watching. Please click the link below for the first part of this vlog and please subscribe.